Hello, happy 2024 to you. It's been a long time. It's about a year, I think, last time I made a film. I've kind of become a bit bored with making cards. Lots of people don't need cards now, or they're not even sending cards, but I have all this stash, and so for quite a long time I've been following people on YouTube, just watching and then buying stuff and then not using it, and watching, and etc, etc. As they say, crafting, there's several hobbies. One of those is just buying the stuff and the other is using it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is something I've never done before. I saw one of the people that I follow, Crafty Alice Creates on YouTube. She was decided to do something slightly differently, and one of the things she showed was this collage weekly assignments by Margaret Miller. Now, as far as I understand it, I will link it in the description. As far as I understand it, Margaret Miller has been doing these for years, and you know, I don't know these people. I only ever know them by people that I follow if they happen to link them. Basically, what you do with this, there's 52 weeks of prompts. So you buy from Etsy, from their Etsy store, a whole load of these documents here, these pages. It's a whole year. And so I'm currently on week 1. There's obviously, and it goes all the way up to 52. So it's a whole year. I've actually put the date on the back of mine because I wouldn't know otherwise. So the idea behind it is, and I can actually use Margaret's words, how these assignments work. Read through the collage assignment, determine if you're able to find all the 5 prompts. The bonus is there to use in case you need to swap out one of your other prompts. Choose a glue book or somewhere you'd like to create your collage. I'll talk about that in a second. Use a piece of scrap pattern paper in your collage or as a background. After you create a collage with your 5 prompts, add a sticker, a rubber stamp, or anything else to embellish it if you like. If you're on social media, share your work using the hashtags, which I will, obviously, I'm doing. One of the things that I think is what's going to help me get into this, because I've been watching all these YouTubers doing their doing all their stuff in their videos. My problem is I don't like to do things wrong, so in order for me to get into something, I have to learn the basics behind it, and then I can go off at a tangent. It's just the way I'm made. Even my job is like everything has to align, sort of thing. So I love the fact that there's a prompt. So I'm going to get on with this first one. Now, I'm not going to be doing so. Apparently the whole idea behind collaging is that you use magazines, pieces of paper, you know, ripped envelopes. It's all stuff that is just kind of lying around free. However, I don't buy magazines, I don't buy newspapers, but I do have a room full of stuff. So I thought, well, perhaps I can just adapt this, providing I'm following the prompts, perhaps I can just adapt this to suit. I don't want to be buying loads of stuff. So this first week, the prompts are something associated with water. So I've got my little box here full of bits and bobs. The other thing I'm going to do is I've had this book for years, and I want to I don't want to go and buy a book. I've got bigger ones, journals, to use, but I don't want to do that. I want to use this little book. I've done one thing in it. I was so disgusted with it, I never even went back to it. So let's swiftly, and they do say you shouldn't rip them up. That's, you know, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? So I've got this little book, so which will suit probably me getting started with this. There's no prescription with what book you should be using. From what I can see, I've looked at other people's videos, and they tend to use anything. They make things up. Some, you know, it's quite American, I think, and they even use just ordinary, like, free magazines that you get for, you know, in the, I don't know, B&Q sort of thing. So what I'm going to do, I've gone through my stash. I've already prepped a couple of bits, or one bit actually. So something associated with water. I immediately thought of a lighthouse. Now I've got several sets of lighthouse stamps. This is Be Crafties. And I've never used it. So I thought, oh no, I think I've used it once. I thought, well, that's associated with lighthouse. One of the that's associated with water. So that's my something associated with water. A portion of a poem or song you enjoy. Well, I know which one I want, but I haven't printed it out yet. Pattern paper. So the pattern paper is, I've got all these, and that's why this book is very handy, because this is 5 inches, I think this book is. And I've got loads of 6-inch, 5.5 inches, so it's perfect. I've got loads of 6-inch pads that I never seem to use for anything. And I got this from, I was on a design team a couple of years ago, and it's just been sitting in my stash, but it's got some lovely patterns in it. So that's the pattern paper. Something that's usually kept cold. So this is an old magazine set of stamps. I told you I've got a lot of stuff. So probably beer. I'll probably put the beer on there. Could be the champagne bottle. I haven't decided. But I should be printing that onto something, or I might even just stamp it in the background just so that it's there. But I think the idea is with collage, you actually stamp it onto something like I did with the lighthouse. The light shade of blue, which is what that is. But I've also found this index card, so I may use a piece of that actually. And an unusual shape or symbol. And in the unusual shape or symbol, oh, I haven't got it with me. Hold on. So, for the unusual shape or symbol, I thought this is an old magazine, Sentimentally Yours Stamping Special. Probably, I don't know what magazine it was. I have no idea. I can't remember. Let's see if it's got it in there. Oh, yeah. I just thought I'd use that, which is a sextant. You don't see that all the time. I think it ties in with the blue and the sea or associated with water theme. I've got a couple of other things in here. I've got a doily, which I thought might add some softness to the back. Now this is where I'm not sure whether this is applicable, but I just thought it will be collaged because it's layered. And also I've got a small stamp set there which kind of emulate bubbles. It does say it's got something on there. Their life, love and inspiration. Yeah. So I will, once I've put my paper down, I will stamp that. So to get started, I think the first thing to do would be to go through these cards. I can see on the front what there is, but I quite liked this one. Oh, this has got bits in as well, which is rather nice. I could use those edges, couldn't I? I quite liked that one, and where is that one? Okay, hold on. And there's that one, right? So this is a beautiful card. I'm going to do it over 2 spreads, 2 pages. So patterned paper. I think I'm going to use that one, and I've got 2 of those because I've not used this before. There's 2 in each pack, so I'll just dig that out. Hold on. Right, what does that look? It's like that. Okay, cool. What I will do, I'm not going to keep you. I probably will speed this up. Okay, so I've had a look through some of my bits and bobs just to see how I could take this forward. I've used something associated that's usually kept cold, and I've put champagne, and I just stamped that and coloured it with watercolour markers. And now a light shade of blue. Now I did get the index card out, which I was going to rip, but I think what I'll do is I'll stick this behind there. I'm going to move these over and then obviously rip that. So rather than keep you waiting, I'll stick it all together and show you the end result. So I thought to add some a little bit more interest to it, and this is where I'm not used to collaging or how these things go, but I thought what I'd do, this is a really cool die set. I've only cut one part of it out, but it's two parts to it, so I'm just going to stick that behind something, and then I've used the blue, and then I can also use all these little dotty things. So let's get that sorted. Let's bring this back over here. I still haven't stuck anything down. I know that's always the wisest choice, so I think, will I stick this over? I think I'll stick this over here. So that'll probably go like that. That'll go on there, and that'll go on there. And then I'll put the champagne bottle with the glass there. Do that, and then I'll stick on some of these. I'm sure you don't want to watch me glue all this down, but you know, for my first collage, it's okay. For me, I'm quite pleased with how I've got on with it. Anyway, see it shortly. Okay, so for my first ever collage, I probably did them when I was a child, but this is my take on the prompts. So something associated with water is in fact there's a couple of things here really, but the lighthouse is mostly that I associate with water. A portion of a poem or song you enjoy. This one, which is a Rod Stewart song. Pattern paper, which is in the background. Something that's usually kept cold, champagne. A light shade of blue. Now I've used lots of blue, but in different guises. So obviously I stamped onto blue card there. We've got these clouds. And I was trying to associate things, and I kind of see that the champagne doesn't fit, but still, you've got the sextant that's blue. So and the background's blue and green. So and an unusual shape, symbol or shape, which is what that one is over there. So I think I'm going to enjoy this. It doesn't take very long. I like gathering my stuff together. It makes me look at all my stamps and dies, and no doubt I'll be looking at magazines, supplements and things differently now. But hopefully you didn't find it too boring, and you think that I followed the prompt correctly. Anyway, it's been great, and I will be doing this. I am going to do one every week of this. And no doubt I'll get better as I go along. But thank you ever so much for watching. Have a great week.